welcome to the part 2 of our chapter 1 in the entrepreneurial mind. So, in the past video, we discussed what an entrepreneur is. We also had the pretest activity, if you remember. And then we also differentiated what an enterprise is and an entrepreneurship. So now, we will discuss what are the functions of an entrepreneur, the types of entrepreneur, and the traits or characteristic that an entrepreneur, most entrepreneurs have. Okay, let's start with the functions of entrepreneur. Number one, okay, the functions of entrepreneur is to number one, develop new markets. Okay, under the modern concept of marketing, okay, market, when we say market, these are the people who are willing and able to satisfy their needs. Okay, willing to buy your products or services and are able to masasatisfy yung needs nila. Okay, so as an entrepreneur, one of your function is to satisfy that need of your market. You have to be resourceful and creative. And also as an entrepreneur, you have to create your market or your buyers. Okay, this makes entrepreneurs different from ordinary businessmen who only perform traditional functions of management like planning, organizing, coordinating, directing, controlling, ganun lang, okay? But yung mga modern entrepreneurs natin, they are the ones also who are who must create or develop their new markets. Most of the time, pag sinabing new markets naman, hindi lang siya from country to country, but it could be, okay? Pero pwedeng new market na from this place, tapos you will be going to another place, you will expand to another place, or from this place, for example, ngayon, puro babae lang yung target market mo, puro babae na age, 30 years old and above. And then as an entrepreneur, you will develop new markets. By your products and the services that you're offering, you can offer it from 18 years old to and above, ganon. So yun, so that's one of the functions of entrepreneur. You have to develop new markets. Kahit na unlimited ang tao or sobrang dami ng tao, continuously you have to create buyers and customers. Okay, that's a number one. Number two is discover new sources of materials. Okay, as an entrepreneurs, most entrepreneurs or modern entrepreneurs, they are never satisfied with the traditional or existing sources of materials kasi nauubos yan. Okay, so due to their innovative nature, they persist on discovering new sources of materials to improve syempre yung business natin. So in business, those who can develop new sources of materials can enjoy a comparative advantage in terms of supply, cost, and quality. Actually, I just want to share this. Okay, last time, so we are having our small business right now. So yun, tapos we are out of supply actually. Sobrang hirap pala talaga. So ngayon ko lang din na-realize, but I am teaching this. Mas maganda pa din na na-apply mo yung mga theories na tinuturo mo or natututunan mo. So syempre, diba, in management, so we are telling the students or we can read on the articles, on the books, and the modules na syempre mahalaga ang supply, 'di ba? So dapat meron ka ma-offer to your customers, to your clients, yun. But time came na medyo we're running out of supply. Okay, but I only have one supplier. Loyal ako di ba? So, but yun, dahil wala rin silang supply, wala rin kami supply, so that's a chain reaction. So nagkaroon, parang napilitan tuloy ako ngayon to find another. Okay, and then doon na-open yung mind ko na marami din pala talagang available na suppliers, which is yung iba talaga mas mababa pa rin talaga yung offer nila, but they have another rules, another mechanics, okay, when it comes to their transaction. So mas nag-expand yung expand yung knowledge about handling this kind of business. So yun, so it's the same with the entrepreneur. Ayan, dahil hindi unlimited ang lahat ng materials, hindi unlimited ang supplies. So you have to discover, okay, new sources new suppliers. In my case, I discovered new suppliers, but some entrepreneurs, they discover new sources talaga. So, kung saan talaga kukuha, saan talaga yung pinanggagalingan. So, yun. So, for example, in Japan, ayan, due to the extreme scarcity of local raw materials, ngayon, nag-research, and yung research and development nila would focus on discovering alternative materials. Okay? It could be, lalo na kung malaki na yung negosyo mo. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, or third function of entrepreneur is to mobilize capital resources. Okay, entrepreneurs, they are the organizers and coordinators of the major factors of production. What are those? Land, labor, and capital. Sila ang nagdidirect niyan, sila ang nagko-coordinate niyan. They properly mix these factors of productions to create goods and services. Syempre, di ba, halimbawa yung land, they divide it well, ayan, para magamit sa pagproduce ng products and services that they have. Okay? Now, si capital resources, it represents, in economics, it represents machines, buildings, and other physical productive resources. Ngayon, si entrepreneurs, they have initiative and self-confidence in accumulating and mobilizing capital resources for new business or kung mag-expand man sila ng kanilang negosyo. Okay, so that's the third function of entrepreneur. Number 4 is introduce new technologies, new industries, and new products. Now, as an entrepreneur, okay, aside from being, di ba sinabi ko na kanina, they are the innovator and reasonable risk takers, they also take advantage of business opportunities and transform them into profits. Okay, so what are they going to do? They will introduce something new or something different. Di ba ngayon, parang pag merong something, parang merong kakaiba, ganyan, we are mas curious ay what is this? Okay, and then we will buy it. Ipapatronize natin yon. Okay, so that's an entrepreneurial spirit. Okay, it contributes greatly, especially in the modernization of our economy. Imagine every year there are new technologies and new products na lumalabas sa market natin. Okay, all of those are intended to satisfy our needs in a more convenient and pleasant way. Okay, so that's the fourth function of an entrepreneur. And the fifth one, they create employment. Okay, this is one, before, I don't know if I already shared it to you, but my dream is to be an entrepreneur, to have my own business and to manage it. One of my reasons is I want to create employment. I want to provide jobs. There are some people na masaya na sila yung employed, sila yung nagtatrabaho. But for me, my happiness is when someone will tell me, especially ngayong pandemic, na ma'am, buti na lang po meron kayong binigay sa akin na trabaho kasi nagkaroon sila ng source of income, especially ngayong pandemic. Lalo na yung mga riders, ganyan. So, kasi I provide or I get delivery services from them. So, yun. So, nagkakaroon sila ngayon ng source of income, lalo na yung mga nawalan talaga ng trabaho ngayong pandemic, di ba? So, yun. So, that's a good, that's sobrang sarap sa feeling nun. So, yun. So, kahit na minsan, di ba, minsan ako I admit minsan yung mga riders that we have is mas malaki pa talaga yung kinikita nila sa akin, but that's okay because that's my function as an entrepreneur. I want to create jobs. I want to create a source of income for the company or for the people, okay, sa mga nangangailangan. So I don't know, but I have heard from a business tycoon. Okay, I attended a business seminar, tapos siya yung speaker, and then he said yung business daw that that are providing jobs to the people, iyon yung business na binibless talaga or nagpa-prosper. Why? Because they are they are giving blessing or giving back the blessing to other people. They are, through that business, they are blessing other people also. So yeah, so that is why I really want to provide jobs for other people. So yeah, so maybe if you want to have, or if you are planning to have your own business in the future, I want you to have this one motivation that you want to provide employment. Okay, not just for some people, but for many people. Okay. Siyempre kung small business ka pa lang, konti pa lang yun. Pero yung kapag medyo lumalaki na, kailangan mo na ng mas maraming tao. So yun. So that's one of the siguro advantage that businesses has. Kaya nga 'di ba yung government natin, they want more investors, they want more business sa atin. Kasi bakit? Kasi parang mas marami tayong trabaho. Mas maraming business or employment opportunities na maibigay sa mga citizen ng Philippines. So yun, so that's the fifth one. Next, 6, okay? Ayan, isa pa dito sa gusto ng government, okay? They provide taxes to the economy, okay? The entry of the entrepreneur into the world of business means tax sources for the government. Kaya di ba parang sige, mag-business lang kayo, okay? Every entrepreneur contributes to the economy, a kind of income out of the real estate. Maraming tax yan di ba? Income tax, sales tax, mga fees, business permit, ganyan. Sakit sa ulo niya na si Kasuhen, okay? But this is one of the way to help the government, okay? That is where they get taxes. Okay, so yun. So that's one of the function or advantage of having an entrepreneur. Next, they empower individuals. Okay, so aside from creating an employment, you empower people. Okay, ang real indicator of economic well-being among citizens and the masses are in some ways gauged by the amount of financial resources that every citizen accumulates. Makikita natin na stable or makikita natin na maganda ang economic status ng isang bansa. Isa sa factor na kinoconsider is, syempre, yung parang sinasahod ng mga citizens. So, yun. So, because of minsan, 'di ba, yung may mga entrepreneurs na may high income earning potential sila. Ayan. Compare as an entrepreneur, ikaw halimbawa businesswoman ka, mas marami kang mas malaki yung chance mo na kumita ng mas malaki compare sa you're just unemployed. Okay? Ngayon, yung possibility ng wealth accumulation will be enhanced and the economic standing in society will be parang medyo tataas. Ayan. And of course, ayan, lalaki yung financial resources that goes with entrepreneurial endeavors. So, yun. So, imagine if kung gusto mag-work, okay lang naman. Pero halimbawa, nag-work at the same time you're having a small business, better, 'di ba? Kasi aside from having a fixed income every month na tinatanggap mo, 15-30, you have another source of income, 'di ba? And you will not depend on the government para pakainin ka. You will not depend on the government para suportahan yung pangangailangan mo. Because you yourself, you will be empowered. Why? Because you're already an entrepreneur. Okay? That's number 7. Number 8, they enhance national identity and pride. Okay? One of the benefits, okay, I can say yung functions ng entrepreneur is our benefits also or importance nila. Because how does it enhance the national identity and pride? Yung quantity and quality ng products and services na pinoproduce ng bawat businesses na meron sa bansa natin, may din siya, source of pride and identity for our country, especially kung Filipino talaga yung may-ari. Diba? So, yun. So, diba, kasi kung mapapansin nyo, diba, mayroong mga corporations sa atin na maraming Chinese, ganyan, but they are raised to build business, diba? Kahit di sila mag-aral, basta magnegosyo sila. So, yun yung mindset kasi sa kanila, while sa Filipinos kasi, diba, tapos ka ng pag-aaral para makahanap ka ng magandang trabaho. So, trabaho yung gusto natin. So, yeah. But, it would be a great source of national identity and pride kung sa atin mismo galing yung products and services na pinoproduce ng bansa natin. Hindi lang yung entrepreneur yung nagbe-benefit kapag maraming and of quality yung products and services, but the country also. Diba? Our country takes pride in the honor that goes with it. So, yun. So, that's number 8. Number 9, the 9th function of entrepreneur, they enhance competitive consciousness through innovation. Diba? Sabi nga natin sa video number 1, diba? Entrepreneurs are innovators. So they will really serve as a catalyst to a consciousness and culture of competition, which in the long term breeds quality and international or global competitiveness. Okay, etong parang yung consciousness natin with regards to the competition, healthy competition naman siya dapat sana, 'di ba? So yun, but kung healthy competition, it will not only bring competitiveness for the products and services, but it goes with our aura, 'di ba? And the image that we have, and can benefit our other people or other sectors as well. Okay, so that's the ninth function of entrepreneur. 10th function of entrepreneur is it improves the quality of life. Our quality of life. Our desire as an entrepreneur for innovation and the development of new product, 'di ba? Imagine kung yung mga entrepreneur before, yung mga nag-discover ng mga products and services, halimbawa si yung Google, 'di ba? Si Sergey Brin, hindi nila na na-discover ang Google, 'di ba? How isipin natin, 'di ba, nung na-discover ang Google or yung mga computer, kung gaano na-improve nito ang quality of life that we have, 'di ba? So, yung ganun lang, we can appreciate the it as a function of entrepreneur, because entrepreneur itself, businesses, it improves the quality of life to the people. Syempre, 'di ba, when we create new markets also, new products, it will result to the betterment of the products and services that we already have, and hence it will improve the quality of our lives. Imagine dati, yung mga trangkaso, yung TB, nakakamatay yan, 'di ba? So, kung walang mga, kahit hindi entrepreneurs, kahit mga scientists man lang, 'di ba, na nag-innovate, na nag-develop ng mga vaccine or nag-develop ng gamot para dyan, di ba? It will not improve the quality of our life, di ba? Hanggang ngayon, may namamatay pa din sa mga ganong sakit. Pero yun, as time goes by, nakaka-discover, and hopefully, for this pandemic or for COVID-19, di ba? Maka-discover din ng vaccine, and in the future, maging simpleng sipon at ubo na lang siya. Diba? Eh, may COVID siya, tapos di ka na pandidirian kasi that's just an ordinary sipon at ubo. And meron ng remedy. Diba? So, yun. So, that's the one of the functions of an entrepreneur or having a business or innovating. And the last one is it enhances equitable distribution of income and wealth. Okay? For example, you're an entrepreneur and you succeeded in your respective endeavor. Chances are, syempre yung distribution of income and wealth can be likewise expected. So, magkakaroon na ngayon ng pagkakapantay-pantay. I hope so, di ba? If every one of us or karamihan sa atin will engage in a business, di ba? Most of us, or mag-improve yung quality of life natin, thus, wala nang masyadong mahirap, di ba? Because equally distributed ang income and wealth ng bawat isa. So, yan. So, those are the functions of entrepreneurs. I hope as a future entrepreneur, or you desire to become one, or wala pa din sa isip mo, but if you will be, halimbawa na lang, wala ka talagang, halimbawa na lang, dala ng sitwasyon, di ba? Wala kang manang trabaho, and then bigla kang nagkaroon ng negosyo. I pray that you would be serving these functions. Hindi lang siya maging entrepreneur ka for your own self. Diba? Para ikaw yung kumita, para ikaw yung yumaman. But you will be an entrepreneur by blessing. Through your business, you're going to bless other people also. So that's all for the functions of entrepreneur. Our second to the last topic would be types of entrepreneur. So now we have, I think, 8 types of entrepreneurs. Number 1 is solo self-employed individuals. Okay, entrepreneurs who work alone or with only a few employees. So, typically, ayan, ang mga solo self-employed individuals, ito yung mga starting pa lang, ayan, sa kanilang business, sa kung anong business venture yung i-engage nila. So, they generally perform the work themselves rather than assigning it to other people. Syempre, medyo maliit pa lang, so wala ka pang masyadong pampasahod. So, ikaw muna. So, yun, etong solo self-employed na to, these perhaps is the most numerous of all entrepreneurs. Mas maraming ganito. Ayan. Their ranks include small store or repair shop owners, ayan, independent sales representatives, yung mga attorneys, yung mga doctors sa may sariling clinic, tas sila na mag-isa, diba? They are self-employed. Okay? Yan. And even yung mga maliliit na business that we have. Number 2 are Team builders. Okay, entrepreneurs who expand small, usually one-person businesses into larger companies. So, si team builders, ayan, an example of this is, for example, yung self-employed na electrician, okay, biglang nag-expand, biglang lumaki yung kanyang um, talyer, 'di ba? So yun. And then he gradually hires additional employees until a full-scale electrical contracting firm is established, 'di ba? So okay lang naman if right at this moment you are still solo self-employed individual, 'di ba? Ikaw lang muna mag-isa. Pero soon enough, okay, pag lumaki na yung negosyo, doon na sila nagiging team builders. Doon na sila nagka-create or nag-hire ng additional employees. Okay. Third one are independent innovators. These are the individuals who create companies to manufacture and sell products they have invented. And ito yung mga, ano talaga, it could be scientists, o kaya yung mga nagkukumpuni-kumpuni lang, tapos biglang bang, naka-create sila ng, halimbawa yung nakita ko noon sa Jessica Soho yata na, ang fuel niya sa kanyang motor ay water lang. So, I'm not sure with that. Okay. So, pero, di ba, nagka-create ka lang ng ano mo, yung hobby mo lang yon. Tapos, biglang naka-create ka ng bagong product that you can sell to other people na magbe-benefit yung iba. So, yun. So, that's the third one. Number 4, franchisers. Ayan. These are entrepreneurs who build several units of an effective business. It could be meron talagang founder, meron talagang entrepreneur na nag-design at nag-build ng original business. Okay? We can call them still entrepreneur. Or meron naman na yung mga franchisor na binili na yung isang business na sinimulan ng iba. Or iba yung nag-found. Okay? Or effective na yung system that they have. Now, sa yung mga franchisors, kahit na hindi sila yung nag-innovate, hindi sila yung nagpasimula nitong negosyo na to, we can still call them entrepreneurs. Why? Kasi they are the one who will do the methods, do the system that this business have sa ibang lugar with new market, and then they will be the one who will be investing, diba? They will be the one who will take the risk. So yun, from the kung ano man yung franchise nila. That's the fourth type of entrepreneur. Fifth one is economy of large-scale exploiters. What are these? These are entrepreneurs who can sell a large volume of goods at reduced prices. Okay, these are malaking tulong itong mga large-scale exploiters kasi they will be the one who can they may be able to afford, di ba? Mas afford nila yung mga advanced and specialized equipment na pwedeng makapagpabilis in the production, di ba? Mas makakamura sila ngayon dahil mura lang yung cost of production nila, kaya nilang i-offer ngayon ng mas mura sa iba. Pwedeng ito yung maging ultimate supplier ng lahat, di ba? Kasi they will be the one na who can give us discounts, who can give the products at the lower prices. So yun. Number 6 is capital aggregators, the entrepreneurs who take the lead in establishing financial institutions that require a large amount of startup capital. Yung mga itong capital aggregator, they will be the one who will supply kung ano, nagpapautang. Ayan, ito yung mga lending companies na nagpapautang sa mga small or medium scale enterprises o kaya kahit yung mga malalaking businesses na kailangan ng pera. Ayan, so we can still call them entrepreneurs, diba? Kasi they are still earning from that. Okay, and we call them capital aggregators. Next one is seventh, acquirers. What are those people who become entrepreneurs by buying an existing business? Diba? So, yun. So, meron ng isang business tapos dahil hindi na siya hindi na maasikaso kaya naman pabagsak na, diba? So, pwedeng ito pwedeng i-acquire ng isang individual or pwedeng kasing business person na business person na siya talaga and then nakikita niya na maganda pa din yung opportunity nitong particular business na to, so bibili niya ngayon. Yeah. So maraming ganito ngayon, especially yung mga hindi na ipasa sa anak nila yung halimbawa kung restaurant yan, parang hindi na ipasa sa anak nila yung pagluluto, yung pagiging magaling sa pagluluto, ayaw ng mga anak nilang magluto, ganyan. So, ibibenta na nila yung existing business na yun. And even, kasama doon, kung ilang taon na sa industry itong business na to. So, yun. So, those are acquirers. Number 8, or last one is the buy and sell artists. Okay, they turn profit by buying a business and then selling it at a higher prices. So, at a higher price. So, sa buy sell artists, they usually buy companies na meron ng problema. Ayan. And then, bibili nila yon and then they will solve the problem, tapos ibebenta ulit nila yung company at a higher cost. So, para ka lang nag-buy and sell ng mga products. Diba? So, kukunin mo, i-improve mo. Halimbawa, sa sasakyan, i-improve mo, gagawin mo kung anong sira, tapos ibebenta mo ng mas mahal. It's the same with the company. May mga gumagawa rin ng ganito sa mga businesses. Ayusin nila, tapos ibebenta nila ng mas mahal. So, in most cases, yung mga buy-sell artists, they do not wish to own a particular company. So, parang hindi sila talaga into maintaining this kind of company. So, ano lang sila, they will buy, they will provide solution, i-improve nila pag okay na, and mataas na yung value ulit ng business na to, tsaka lang nila pagbibenta. In that way, they are still entrepreneurs because they are still earning from that. Okay, so those are the 8 types of entrepreneur. So, if you want to be one, di ba? Ano sa tingin mo ikaw? Okay? Ano sa tingin mo yung type ng entrepreneur that you will be? Are you a solo self-employed? Do you want to be a team builder? Do you want to be an independent innovator or franchisor? Do you want to be an economy of large-scale exporters or capital aggregators? Do you want to be acquirers or buy-sell artists? Okay, so write it down on the comment section. Alright. Let's proceed to the entrepreneurial traits and characteristics. So, ito naman. So, ano yung mga dapat nating taglayin if you want to be one? If you want to be an entrepreneur in the future, ano dapat yung meron ka? Ano dapat yung i-adjust mo on yourself para maka-cope up ka sa pagkakaroon ng isang negosyo? Let's move on to the first one, which is number 1, moderate in taking risks. So, persons who quit secure jobs, di ba? Yung iba, kaya ayaw daw nila na mag-business kasi hindi yan stable, di ba? You feel more secured about having an employment, di ba? But yung mga entrepreneurs, di ba, yung iba nag-resign, tapos they will invest their money in a new enterprise. Sobrang laking risk nun, 'di ba? Kasi halimbawa kung 30,000 per month or 40,000 per month yung sahod mo, biglang wala kang matatanggap per month, tapos hindi mo alam kung kikita ba yung business na papasukin mo, tapos hindi mo alam kung ngayon malakas yung income doon, tapos biglang hindi mo alam if for the years to come, di ba? Ano pa din, parang in demand pa rin yung business na meron ka, di ba? Sobrang laking risk ng ginagawa ng entrepreneurs. So, yung mga entrepreneurs, they are the ones who are willing to take the middle of the road or the moderate risks. Okay? What are moderate risks? It means the chances of winning are neither too small nor too great. So, we're not sure if syempre, as an entrepreneur, iisipin mo yan, pag-aaralan mo yan, di ba, na, pagka nagsimula ako nito, pag nag-invest ako dito, mas malaki yung chance na mag-earn ako, di ba? Syempre, na-compute mo na yon, hindi yung bara-bara ka lang napapasok sa isang negosyo. So, it's neither too small or nor too great. Ngayon, etong result for taking this risk will not be left purely by chance. Pag sinwerte ako, hindi siya ganon, di ba? Instead, you will depend on your abilities and the actions that you have. Yung mga entrepreneurs, they like challenges that suited their skills. They want to make things happen rather than let them happen by chance. Okay? So, yung mga entrepreneurs, they don't rely on the, pag sinwerte ako. They don't rely on the luck or sa swerte, di ba? They will rely or they will let things happen not by chance but by their choice. Okay, so entrepreneurs make things happen by choice, not by chance. Number 2, They are self-confident. Okay? So self-confidence means believing you can achieve what you set out to do. You are not afraid to take chances. You know you can get the job done. Yung self-confidence naman, ano naman siya, yung hindi naman siya, it doesn't necessarily mean na hindi ka natatakot. Okay? You're still afraid, but you do it anyway. Okay? So that's self-confidence. This strong inner feeling about yourself is really important, lalo na kung owner ka, kahit maliit na business pa lang yan. It can often spell the difference between success and failure. Diba? Kasi yung self-confidence, it will sustain you during the difficult times. Lalo na kung nag-uumpisa yung business kasi hindi naman yan boom agad, di ba? So yun, so lalo kung nag-umpisa at mahirap nag-a-adjust ka, yung self-confidence mo yung mag-sustain sa'yo. So yun, so, and also, having self-confidence also means you are realistic. Hindi yan yung yabang na. Okay, that's different. Okay. You're realistic and you know the limits of your abilities. Alam mo kung hanggang saan yung kaya mo. You know what you can and what you cannot do. Hindi yung, kaya ko yan, ginawa mo lahat, di ba? Yung mga entrepreneurs, they are not afraid to ask for help, to outsource other services, lalo na kung di mo naman talaga kaya yung gawin. Okay, so that is the second one. You are self-confident. Number 3, they are hardworking. Establishing a business, gaano man kaliit, gaano kalaki, sobrang kailangan ng hard work. Okay, so that's coming from me. Okay, so you have, for example, ngayon, online businesses, diba, you have to make deliveries, you have to order supplies, kung may equipment ka, kailangan mo ipagawa, merong mga work na kailangan, kaya mong mag-isa, merong work na hindi mo kailangan kayang mag-isa, so you need other people, so that is why you need good health and physical stamina. Ayan. Kapag kasi, yung iba kasi, di ba, when you think about it, parang, kasi pag entrepreneurs, maraming oras yan, ganyan. So, yan, but entrepreneurs, they can feel the freedom na mag-spend ng few hours in their business kapag firmly established na yung business. Pero habang hindi pa, they will be the one who will do the hard work. Why? Because that is their business. Meron kang employees, yes. Pero di ba, may mga employees na they are not, di naman ganoon yung responsibility na nafe-feel nila sa business na yun. Kasi, di naman sila naglabas ng pera. So, yun. So, kaya si entrepreneur, si business owner talaga yung sa lahat, yung gagawa ng hard work. Okay, so yun. So, kung meron man kayo nakitang business owner na petiks na lang, it is because baka tapos na siya sa ganong season. Diba? So, yun, parang monitor na lang siya. Pero hanggat hindi pa, please, be hardworking. Okay, number 4, goal-oriented. Successful entrepreneurs know where they are going by setting goals. So, you have to have a goal. What is a goal? It is an objective or something that you plan to achieve. What do you want to be 5 years from now? That is a goal. Okay, your chances of becoming a business owner is slim or are slim unless you decide what you want to own. Okay, what do you want to be in the future or as the years go by. So yun, so pwedeng mag-focus ka lang din muna one goal at a time. Di naman pwedeng sobrang daming goals. You have to direct your energy toward that specific goal. Kapag na-attain mo na yan, go to the next one. So, para siyang hagdan, you level up your goal. Okay? Kasi kapag pinursu mo yung several goals, maraming goal at once, di ba? Kukonfuse ka and you will never know what to, anong unahin. Diba? Ikaw lang din yung mas stress. So, yun. So, one thing I learned from setting goals, is, you should get or syempre dapat smart yan, 'di ba? Specific, measurable, 'di ba? Time bounded. So you set time for that. For example, at the age of or halimbawa, nag-start ka ng business at the age of 25 or 26. So in the first year, what is your goal? 'Di ba? Do you want to mabawi mo na ba yung kapital mo? Okay, that's the first initial goal, di ba? Pag nabawi mo na yung kapital mo, what is the next goal? Dadagdagan mo na ba yung supplies mo? Mag-hire ka na ba ng mga tao? Or whatever. In the third year, ang goal mo ba is you have 100 workers under your company? Diba? That's also a goal. So yun, start setting kahit mga small goals lang. Kahit hindi ka pa entrepreneur. Even if you're just a student, yung mga goal mo na maging DL, di ba? Yung mga simpleng ganun, that could really push you through para mag-aral ng mabuti. Kasi meron kang goal, meron kang inaay na pupuntahan mo. Pero kung wala kang goal, you will just petiks ka lang, di ba? Hindi ka masyadong, hindi ka energized to do something kasi di mo naman alam kung saan ka pupunta. So, yun. So, that's the purpose of a goal. So, please be goal-oriented even if you're not already an entrepreneur, kahit na simpleng estudyante ka pa lang. So, yun, set your goals. After a year, pagka-graduate mo, what do you want to be? Kailangan ba may trabaho ka na? Ayan. Kasi kapag inisip mo, ay, kahit di muna ako magkatrabaho, hindi ka maghahanap ng trabaho. Diba? So, yun. So, that's the fourth one. Number 5, responsible. Ayan. When you're responsible, you answer or account for what happens. Kapag ano nangyari dyan sa particular na, ano ba, meron kang business, kung ano nangyari dyan, ikaw yung may kasalanan. You accept blame for failure, you accept credit for success. And as an entrepreneur, you will be responsible for the success or failure of your business. Walang dapat sisihin, walang ibang dapat sisihin, ikaw yun. Mag-fail yan or mag-succeed yan. You will set goals and hold only yourself responsible if they are not met. Maraming responsibilidad ng isang entrepreneur. Kailangan mong magbayad ng utang, kailangan mong magpasahod, kailangan mong i-keep yung promises mo sa employees and sa customers mo, meron kang personal sacrifices, di ba? But if you know some people, di ba, that they do not accept responsibilities like, or they blame other people. Kasi ganito ganito sila, ganito yung gobyerno, di ba? Mga ganon. So, you're not taking responsibility on your own life. You will not get anywhere, di ba? Mabubuhay ka na lang sa kaka-blame ng ibang tao. But if you will decide for yourself na I will be responsible for my life, most of the time those are entrepreneurs, di ba? So, I will not di ako aasa sa ibang tao. Hindi ako, di ba meron mga iba na kahit na meron silang, nag-aaral sila, yung mga part-time, ako, nung nag-aaral ako, meron akong mga classmates na nagbebenta sila, ganyan. So they are being responsible for their studies. They don't ask sa parents nila, talagang sobrang galing nila, di ba? They don't ask for their parents kung kailangan ng ganito, kailangan ng ganyan, kasi they will be the one who will be responsible for themselves. So yun, that is an entrepreneur. Okay, you take responsibility. And sixth one is innovative. Ayan. So you introduce new ideas or methods at yung kanina pa nating ine-explain, di ba? So entrepreneurs are innovators. You try to improve existing products or services or create new products and services. Sa field or sa mundo natin ngayon, we cannot just say na or we cannot just be contented. Okay na yung buhay natin ngayon. So sige, dito na lang. So isusustain na lang, i-maintain na lang natin to. No. As an entrepreneur, you have to think of new ways. Kahit okay na yan, kahit you're already providing a good product or good service, kailangan mag-research ka pa, mag-develop ka pa ng new ways on how to improve yung na-improve na. So that is an innovation. And the last one is, syempre, you have to be knowledgeable about technical and business factors. Okay? What is a technical knowledge? Diba? It is what you know about a product or service. For example, you want to be a photographer, so you must know the tech know-how of cameras. Diba? O ikaw ay pet shop owner, kailangan alam mo yung kung paano mag-alaga ng mga hayop, diba? So kung ano man yung gusto mo. For example, 'di ba, you will be creating a software. Halimbawa, ang ibi-business plan nyo is kung paano nyo gagawa ng negosyo ang pag-develop ng software, 'di ba? So dapat knowledgeable ka in creating software, 'di ba? Hindi pwedeng wala kang alam. Eh ma'am, pwede naman ako mag-hire na lang ng mga software developer. Pero dapat may alam ka pa rin doon kasi pwede ka nilang maloko kung wala kang alam, 'di ba? So you have to gain technical knowledge with that. How? Pwede kang mag-take ng classes in school. Pwede naman na sa trabaho na meron ka, sa hobbies mo, manood ka sa YouTube, 'di ba? But you have to make sure that you have a technical knowledge before you start a new business. And the last, how about the business factors? Siyempre, kailangan mo ng business knowledge. Hindi pwedeng technical lang, 'di ba? May kaalaman ka when it comes to developing software pero hindi mo alam kung paano ibebenta, 'di ba? So you have to gain business knowledge. How? 'Di ba? It's business knowledge is knowing how to operate a business, 'di ba? Yung iba, they fail kahit naman ang galing-galing nila to innovate or to create products and services, pero nag-fail pa rin yung business nila. Why? Kasi wala silang business knowledge. So, dapat makita mo or dapat as an entrepreneur, all around ka. Dapat alam mo lahat. Alam mo kung paano i-plan yan. Alam mo kung paano mag-advertise. Although meron kang mga employees, but you have to make sure na meron kang knowledge kahit kaunti doon sa particular area na yon. So, yun. So, this is very good, di ba? That you have an entrepreneurial mind na subject. At least you will be medyo may expose kayo doon sa mga business, some of the business strategies and business theories or business knowledge. You can also take business classes naman. So, marami din naman yung online. Yung iba may bayad, yung iba free. Yung iba pwede ka manood sa YouTube. But you have to make sure or you have to think na kung ano man yung tinuturo nila, mas maganda na mai-apply mo on your own or kung may sarili kang negosyo. And it must be contextualized. So, kung ano yung setting natin dito sa Pilipinas, diba? Kasi baka mamaya, foreigner yung nagtuturo. So, syempre, iba yung setting nun dito sa bansa natin. So dapat i-apply mo din siya. So those are the characteristics, some of the characteristics and traits that a business or entrepreneur should have. Okay, we're done with our Unit 1, and this is quite long. Yung mga videos natin are quite long, but I hope you enjoyed and you learned a lot from these videos. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I think and I assume that hindi lang kayong mga estudyante ang may kailangan nito, but those who are online sellers, yung mga they want to have their own business but they don't know how to start. They don't they don't have any idea what to do. So I hope they can get their ideas from this. So thank you so much. I hope to see you on the next videos.